Hey guys, Luke here, and I got a little bit of a different sort of video for you. And this one's just talking about topic. Now, I know the hot topic right now is talking about the whole Carmichael hunt and Titans players with the drugs and cocaine and all that, but I'm not going to talk about that. There's nothing really left to talk about. I mean, everything that needs to be said has been said from like the papers and that. So, move on to Buzz Rothfields' top 50 players. Now, I've had a look at this, and I think this is a little bit laughable. Now, I'm not going to try and state my opinion as a fact because it's not, and I've had it pointed out many times in the comments. But I've always known that like it's just an opinion, so let's keep it at that. But you know, if you want to share your opinions in the comments, you can do that. I'm perfectly fine with that. You disagree, agree, whatever. We can have a chat if you would like. But we'll go from number 50 to number 1, and we'll start at number 50 here. So he's got Jamie Soward, 50, 49 Alex Johnson, 48 Jared Hargreaves, 47 Adam Docker, 46 Matt Gillett, 45 Corey Parker, 44 Ryan Hoffman, 43 Sione Matautia, 42 Boyd Cordner, 41 Josh Mansour, 40 Justin Hodges, 39 Anthony Watmo, 38 Nate Miles, 37 Ben Hunt, 36 Steve Maddai, 35 David Clemmer, 34 Dean Varre, 33 Jamie Lyon, 32 Robbie Farah, 31 Dylan Walker, 30 Michael Jennings, 29 James Seguiaro, 28 Jake Friend, 27 Brett Morris, 26 Josh Morris, 25 Bo Scott, 24 Greg Bird, 23 Brett Stewart, 22 Josh Dugan, 21 Isaac Luke, number 20 Anthony Milford, Matt Scott, number 19, number 18 Sean Johnson, number 17 Blake Ferguson, number 16 Aaron Woods, number 15 Jesse Bromwich, number 14 Mitchell Pearce, number 13 Matt Moylan, number 12 Jason Tamalalo, number 11 Paul Gallen, number 10 Kieran Foran, number 9 Daly Cherry Evans, number 8 Adam Reynolds, number 7 George Burgess, number 6 Cooper Cronk, number 5 James Graham, number 4 Billy Slater, number 3 Cameron Smith, number 2 Jonathan Thurston, and number 1 is Greg Inglis. Now, for a lot of those, they probably should be in the top 50. I mean, the top 5-ish, like that. I think that's pretty good. And I don't necessarily agree with the order of them. Like me personally, I wouldn't put Greg Inglis as the best player in the game. I think Thurston or Cameron Smith, 100% are the best in the game. But you can make arguments for why Inglis is the best or why it's not. Like it is up for debate, obviously. But somewhere in between, like they're gonna be there. But the rest of these ones, I don't know how he's rated these. Also, actually, it says here selection formula is simple. Statistics, form from last year, gut feeling, and potential. Okay, so he's doing his potential. I don't know how you can go off by potential. Players who dropped out of the list from last year was Tyrone Peachy, Sam Thaiday, Jared Mullen, James Tamu, John Sutton, George DeFord, Darius Boyd, Luke Lewis, Trent Merrin, Will Hopewadi, Josh Papali, Ben Barber, James Maloney, Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, Sam Tomkin, Todd Carney, Sam Burgess, Andrew Fafita, Jared Hayne, and Sonny Bill Williams. So a few rugby union players there. But first off, if you want to follow me on Twitter, that's great. I've had a little bit of a rant this morning. I'm not sure when I'm going to put this up, but I had a little bit of a rant then talking about how I don't agree with some of these selections. But you know what? First, second, third, fourth, fifth, even sixth, yeah. That's all pretty good. Maybe not Slater anymore, but you know what? Like I'm fine with him being there. We get to 7 and 8, George Burgess and Adam Reynolds. They definitely should be in there. I don't know if they should be that high up, but you know they should be somewhere thereabouts. I do, however, think Cherry Evans is way better than Adam Reynolds. I think Adam Reynolds is a bit too high up. George Burgess is a great prop. Should be up there somewhere. I just don't know how high. It's a little bit hard. Kieran Foran, another one, number 10. I'm fine with that. I think he's a great player. Paul Gallen, he's a good player, but he's been out with the SADA stuff, so based off last year, how he's supposed to go with that? He's been injured and he's been suspended, I don't know. Jason Tamalalo, number 12, I really disagree with this one. It's not, no, don't get me wrong, I think Jason Tamalalo he's a pretty good player now, and he will be a great player in the future, and I know he's got listed as potential, but he is not the 12th best player in the league right now, and I don't think he will be for another few years. Like, there is no way in hell he's number 12. Yes, he has little glimpses of being a great player and that. And I said in the All-Stars he was one of the best forwards for them. For New Zealand in the Four Nations, he was a good player. But he is not in the top, 15, 20 players in the NRL. So, I don't know. It seems to be they're going off the hype for him. Another one, Matt Moylan, number 13. Really don't disagree. I really disagree with him being there. I do think I like Matt Moylan. I think he's a good player. I just don't think he's in the top like 15 players. I think, you know, I don't think there's anything wrong with me saying they're not in the top 15 players, because there's so many players in the league. You know, top 50 is great. Like you're an elite player if you're in there. But at the same time, like I don't see how he can be number 13. Now, I'm not going to try and be like, oh, this guy should be number 13, because it's really hard top of my head to be like, oh, this guy should be here, and this guy should be here, and this guy should be here. But at the same time, it's pretty easy to say I don't think they should be there. And Matt Moylan's one of them. I just think he's a little bit too raw, a little bit too green, I should say. I think All-Stars showed that like he's still a little bit dodgy on the hard ball at times. He just, you know, he's inexperienced still. He's only played like 1 year and a bit. But yeah, number 13, I don't agree with that. Mitchell Pearce, number 14. Hard to judge for like rep gains and that sort of stuff. I don't think he's that great. But for the Roosters last year, he was playing quite well. But at the same time, he's had like a good half a season out of how many? So yeah, I don't know if I agree with him being at number 14. Seems pretty high to me. But yeah, we'll move on to that. Like based off his form, like the back half of the season, yeah, he could be up there, but overall, probably not. Jesse Bromwich, I'm fine with that. Could be even higher, possibly. Aaron Woods, no way. Number 16. Aaron Woods, I think he's just a little bit like he's okay. Like don't get me wrong, he's a good player. Just not he's not a top 20 player. Like they've got a fair few props in here, and I would not put him in anywhere near with Jesse Bromwich and you know, the Matt Scotts, George Burgess, James Graham. I think it's a travesty that he's rated before Matt Scott. Matt Scott, just behind James Graham, I think is the best prop. Well, I'd say Bromwich, Scott, and James Graham, you know, are your best. Oh, and sorry, George Burgess there as well. But I think they're really elite props, head and shoulders above everyone else, including Aaron Woods, 100% including Aaron Woods. I don't really rate Aaron Woods that highly. Well, as I think a lot of people talk him up a lot, but yeah, I just don't see it. Blake Ferguson, number 17. I don't know how the fuck this dude got into number 17. Like, he has not played for over a year, and I think even then people, because it's been so long, people sort of, they remember him playing that one game for Origin, him being okay. He didn't even do anything really outstanding there, apart from like a few bomb takes, and he was on the wing. When he played centre for Raiders, I think he had like one good game where he like stood up like Kennedy R, someone who aren't even like that good defenders to start off with. I think it was against Roosters, can't remember who it was, but he played like one good game where he scored a hat trick. The rest of them he's been quite average. I mean, he has those little glimpses of like scoring a try or something, but overall I don't think he's this like huge talent, and I think everyone talks him up way too much. Yeah, I don't even know why. I remember back in Sharks days, I'm going to go bigger and better things at the Raiders, whatever, and obviously that didn't work out, and I think he'll probably go to the Roosters side, and he probably will be okay. Like, I'm not saying he's a bad player, but I just don't think he's as good as what everyone talks him up to be, and probably what he thinks he is. But I'm sure he'll probably have an okay season this year. I'm not sure where he'll play, but he'll probably go alright, because the Roosters side is a good side. So, you know, generally when you're playing a good side, you know, play alright that season. Sean Johnson, number 18. I think he should be higher. I think he's incredible. Talk about form last year. Talk about his Four Nations. He was the best player in the Four Nations, and they've got like Mitchell Pearce ranked ahead of him. I don't understand this. And sorry, this is not a knock on Mitchell Pearce. This is just saying Sean Johnson is better. Like, Mitchell Pearce is still a good player. It doesn't change the fact that he's a good player, and that just means Sean Johnson is a better player. That's all I'm going to say about Sean Johnson. I'm sure lots of people agree with that. Matt Scott, number 19. I don't know how the hell he's up that high. He should be in like the top 15, top 10, top 20. Oh, sorry, he's in the top 20, but he should be a bit higher up than that, ahead of Aaron Woods for sure. Anthony Milford, number 20. Don't agree with that. He's good in attack, but he can't defend. And if you can't defend, you can't be in the top 20 players. It's just that simple, really. Yeah, who knows? So hopefully, for Broncos' sake, he goes alright at 5'8", or wherever he's going to end up playing. Move on to Isaac Luke, 21. That seems about right. Josh Dugan, number 22. No. I think he's very hot and cold. He has these little glimpses. He's a little bit like Ferguson. He has his glimpses, but I haven't really seen a time where he's been consistently awesome, like whether it's been at the Raiders, been at the Dragons, whatever. Move on to Brett Stewart, number 23. I think he's a great player, Brett Stewart. Greg Bird, number 24, another good player. Bo Scott, 25, I'm fine with that. Josh Morris, 26. I'm okay with that, but if they're basing that off last year, like, he probably shouldn't be in the top 50 because he was pretty shitty last year due to injury. But you know, if that's what he's going by, stats, form last year, he didn't score many tries and he just wasn't really that effective. But I mean, I know he did get injured for like the back half of the season, and you know, the first half he was alright. But you know, I'm just being honest, and I'm a Bulldog supporter, so I can say that. Brett Morris, number 27, he's the highest rated winger, so you know, that's probably okay. I mean, you can't put wingers too high. I mean, Blake Ferguson, number 17, but I don't know. I'm fine with Brett Morris being there, even though he's the best winger in the world by far. Jake Friend, number 28, I'm okay with that. Seguero, 29, I'm okay with that. He does have some errors in him, but you know, I'm okay with that. Michael Jennings, number 30, I think I'm okay with that. Dylan Walker, number 31, I mean, he was pretty good last year, so I won't complain. But I do think he shows his inexperience at times. I mean, in the All Stars, he got thrown over the sideline a few times, and I've seen him do that a fair bit for the Rabbitohs, do little things like that. But overall, good player. Robbie Farah, number 32, I think that's about right for Robbie Farah. I mean, I think he's you know, probably the second best hooker in the game. But based off like form and that, probably 32. Jamie Lyon, 33, probably the best centre in the game in my opinion, so I reckon he should be a bit higher. But I know he's not one of those flashy players, so he probably won't ever be rated real high with these sort of people like Rothfield. Dean Varey, number 34. Now, okay, Dean Varey's a bit of a hard one. He's another one who's not real flashy, and he does show little glimpses of stuff, but I don't know if you can put him like that high. I think there's other centres who I prefer to have in a side over Dean Varey, and I know he's the New Zealand centre, but New Zealand, it's not like New Zealand have a whole bunch of centres, so you know, there's that. But yeah, this is not a knock on Dean Varey, it's just talking about their positionings here. David Clemmer, number 35. Now, I like David Clemmer. I really like David Clemmer. I know he's played for Australia. I was really happy about that. Really pumped. Number 35. I think he's going to be really good in the future. And I know he's also taken into account Rothfield a little bit of the future, but he plays about 20 minutes not even 20 minutes for the Bulldogs, but 10, 15. Now, I know that's probably by design. And we got Tolman, we got Graham. I know Graham's already on the list, but I'm not even sure he's like the second best prop at the Bulldogs, to be totally honest with you. Now, I know a lot of people probably say, oh, that's crazy, he's playing for Australia, but like Aiden Tolman does so much work. We got Sam Cassiano, who just a few years ago was the prop of the year. He's been injured, but yeah, I don't know if Dave Clemmer should be up there, but like I think he will be soon, but I don't know right now. Steve Maddai, I think he was really good last year, probably one of his best seasons, so yeah, 36 alright. Ben Hunt, another one, had a really good season, probably should be higher based off last year. His stats, everything was good for him. Nate Miles, he's pretty consistent, 38, yeah, I'm okay with that. Anthony Watmo, you know what, based off his last few years, probably wouldn't be in the top 50 in my opinion, but at the same time, we know the ability's there, but you know, if this is based off a few years ago, definitely there, but right now I'm not so sure. Justin Hodges, number 40, plays about 5 games a season, but when he plays those 5 games, he's pretty good, so 40, yeah, okay. Josh Mansell, number 41, he's another one who's really good with the ball, but quite dodgy at times, so I don't really know about number 41, like, I'd think it'd be really hard to have wingers in the top 50, because, like, I don't know, it might be disrespectful to wingers, but, like, it doesn't appear that they do that much different compared to other ones, apart from, like, you know, the Brett Morrises and that, who are just head and shoulders above the rest, but the rest are all kind of the same. Move on to 42, Boyd Corner. I said this on Twitter, I really disagree with this one. I think Josh Jackson is like 10 times better the player than Boyd Corner. He's just a better version of Boyd Corner. Now, I think Boyd Corner might be a little bit more stronger or something, but like I just think overall Josh Jackson beats him like in like 9 out of 10 places. Like 9 out of 10 attributes him that. I think he's just so much better, Josh Jackson. He runs good lines, tackles hard, like everything. I think Boyd Cordner is so overrated just because he played like okay for the Roosters, but then everyone talked him up because he was a bit young, and yeah, I don't agree with that at all. Mataudia, Sione Mataudia, that is, number 43. I know it's quite hard for me, and this is a Bulldog spot. He's signed with the Bulldogs as far as I know right now, so there's no bias here, but he will be a good player in the future. But right now, he's played like 3 NRL games. He's played a few for Australia, and that was good, and that was on the wing. Like I said, I don't know how you put wingers on there at this stage because they're all kind of the same. Like he didn't really do any spectacular put downs or anything like that. but I think he will be in their future. But right now, number 43 seems way too high for me, especially continues only played like 3 or 4 NRL games. Ryan Hoffman, number 44. He got the Blues Player of the Year last year, so if you're going by form, should be a bit higher. But at 44, I reckon that's right. I think he's an okay player. Corey Parker, 45. He's a pretty good player. Like, I don't know why I said seems to be. He's a Supercoach favourite. And yeah, I think he's a great player. Matt Gillett. Now, when Matt Gillett burst onto the scene, I was like, man, he's gonna be like the best forward in a few years. And he just hasn't really gone on to that next level, in my opinion. And I know he plays Origin and all that sort of stuff, and that's all well and good, but I just don't think he kills it as much as he could. He's got all the skills, and hopefully he, goes on to the next level. Now, Adam Docker, number 47. I like Adam Docker. I like how he's a hitman or whatever, but I think he's a little bit funny. Number 47. I don't think he's in the top 50 players. I mean, he's getting shipped out of his own club because they're trying to get Trent Merrin, who actually dropped off this list. But Panthers are apparently trying to ship out Adam Docker to get rid of him so they can afford Trent Merrin, which I think says it all about Buzz Rothfields' lineup, or not lineup, but his top 50 players. I don't understand some of these. Now, Docker's a good player. I think he's injured for a few games. And he doesn't do anything real outstanding that makes you go, he's a top 50 player out of all the players, out of all the second rows, all the locks. I think Eastwood's a better lock than him. I think there's a whole bunch of better second rows than Docker. He's a good, solid player, but definitely, a good player, just not a top 50 in my opinion. Aurea Hargreaves, 48. It could be higher, I suppose, but based on form last year, he got smashed a fair bit, and I know he's playing with an injury. But yeah, 48 is probably that right. Maybe not even in the top 50. I don't even know. Alex Johnston, 49. Now, I feel like I'm just hating on the Rabbitohs all the time, and I think it's been pointed out in the comments and stuff a fair bit, and I really don't want to do this because, when I'm saying this, I don't mean they're bad players. Hopefully people don't put words in my mouth. I'm not saying they're bad players. Just saying, Alex Johnson, he didn't play the whole year, but he played wing in the side that won the premiership. Of course, he's going to be scoring tries. It's not like he had to do anything spectacular for a lot of them. A lot of them were just put over the line. Now, I do think he's a good winger, but I just don't think he should be in the top 50. I think there's too many wingers in this top 50, to be honest with you. And then Jamie Sad, number 50. I think he had a better season than a fair few of these players last year, and I think he's quite good. He definitely should be in the top 50, in my opinion. But yeah, that's top 50 gone over. Hopefully you can leave in the comments your opinion on who should be in the top 50. I've said my piece on who I don't think should be in there, but who should be. I think maybe Tompkins should be in there somewhere. I don't know. But we'll leave it at that. Thank you for watching, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Hopefully you can drop a like. Make sure you leave in the comments all your opinions and that, and I'll see you for my next video, guys. Bye.